So I won't lie, I was about to turn this game off in the third quarter. It was around the time I tweeted during the game, "This is rough to watch," after there was that sequence where the Bulls missed 3 straight shots after getting 2 offensive rebounds, and it ended with an air ball from Rob Dillingham from 3. I was like, all right, that's it. After watching last night's game, I'm out. I'm not watching another complete obliteration of this team, but I didn't give up quite yet. I stuck around, and boy, did the Bulls actually make this a very interesting game, because it's not like they just came back from being down 29 in the third quarter and brought it within 10 points. Nah, they brought this game all the way back down to within 1 point, and there was still plenty of time left in the game for them to actually somehow come back and win it. I kept thinking, man, if the Cavs somehow blow this, we're never going to hear the end of it from the tanking crowd on what a pointless win this game was for the Bulls. But luckily, didn't get that far. The Bulls cut the lead down to 1, but were never able to get over the hump and ultimately took the L. James Harden came through in the clutch for the Cavs and secured the victory. But I mean, this is kind of an ideal loss if you're the Bulls, because this was starting to look like another one of those games, just like last night, where they're actually going up against teams they're trying to win. And you see they're nowhere even close to being able to be competitive against these teams, which raises bigger concerns. But the guys fought back. They didn't quit. They kept playing hard on every possession. The defense picked up dramatically. You got big contributions from young guys, especially Leonard Miller, who came in and completely changed the tone of this game, who I'll get to in a little bit. Great performances from the young guys, but they still lost, which of course is good for the lottery odds, right? A valiant effort, great fourth quarter, and like I said, Leonard Miller. First of all, I am absolutely okay with Patrick Williams not getting any minutes. I'm 100% fine with him being out of the rotation and Leonard Miller taking all of those minutes. Like, it was so clear just how much better this team looked from a pace and energy perspective when Miller came into the game. Miller didn't get the start for some reason. I know Billy Donovan's post-game presser is coming out soon, and I'm sure he has a justification for it, but I don't know why you're not starting Leonard Miller after the way he has been playing, and then also having hardly giving him any playing time when you're actually struggling in the first half. Comes into the fourth quarter, gets 8 straight points, at least I think it was 8 straight, but he got some quick points on the board to bring the game within striking distance, finished in double figures, again, 10 points on 4 for 9 shooting, hit a big 3 as well. Like, under no circumstances, at least for the rest of this season, should Patrick Williams be getting any more minutes than Leonard Miller. None. The other positive thing to take away from this game, at least when we're talking about the young guys on this team, Rob Dillingham had the best game of his season in a Bulls uniform. And it's funny because I feel like I just recently said that about him, and it's because, at least over the past few outings, each game has been getting better and better for him. Dillingham was much more on point with his passes, more clean with his drives to the basket, not getting himself into bad spots and not knowing what to do with the ball. And hey, that 3-point stroke has been looking a lot better in the last couple of games. 17 points for Dillingham, which I was surprised wasn't a career high for him since he hardly ever played in Minneapolis. His career high was actually 19, but 17 points on 7-14 shooting, 3 for 7 from 3, 0 turnovers. He gave the Bulls some solid minutes, and if you're the Bulls, you have to hope that that confidence continues to grow with Rob Dillingham. And then Josh Giddey struggled with his shot tonight, which carries over from the last game, only ended up with 9 points on 4 for 11 shooting, 1 for 5 from 3. But where Giddey excelled, especially in the second half, was moving the offense, generating good looks for others, getting downhill and then spraying it out to the corner. 19 assists, a new career high for him in assists. 19, man. I remember when it wasn't even that long ago, during the DeMar Zach days, where the Bulls were one of the worst passing teams in the league, and you would see some nights where they would barely put up 20 assists as a team. And here you have Josh Giddey with 19 of them by himself. Just such a gifted passer Josh Giddey is with his court vision, and man, we need more bigs that can go and get lobs in the pick and roll, because we've seen a bit of it with Nick Richards throwing down lobs from Giddey, and it's beautiful. Richards had a great game, by the way, getting the start with no Jalen Smith, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 for 11 shooting, a plus 11 when he was on the court. I said it before, he is the one player outside of Miller and Dillingham, of course, because they're both going to be under contract, that the Bulls could keep and re-sign him this summer when they inevitably strike out on signing an actual center in free agency. And then Matas Buzelis didn't have the best game. Had the opportunity to tie the game with a 3 with less than a minute to go, but came up short, missing on the front end of the rim. Matas was great defensively, though. 3 steals, 3 blocks, but was 5 for 13 from the floor, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Yabusele, good contributions from him off the bench, a double-double, 10 points, 11 boards, 2 steals, 2 blocks. I like Yabusele's hustle, man. He's not going to be on this team next season because it just doesn't make sense for the team, but he plays hard, and I love that about him. And then Tre Jones, you could argue he really was the catalyst to get the Bulls on that run when at the end of the third quarter he got that steal off Schroeder and drew the M1 layup, which then led to Schroeder getting a technical. Still leads the team in steals. 3 steals in this game, coming up with some big stops. He ended up finishing the game with 20 points on 6 for 12 shooting, got to the free throw line 8 times, 4 rebounds as well, and 3 assists. Still the most underrated player in the league, or I should say relative to his contract anyway, the amount that he produces relative to his contract value. Bulls turned the ball over a lot in this game. That's really what hurt them. I mean, that and the fact that they couldn't shoot in the first half and lost focus offensively, but turning that around after being down 29 points, and you thought it was going to be another one of those nights where it's early garbage time. But no, impressive effort, even if it was in a losing effort. The Bulls are going to be off for a bit, which is kind of nice. They won't be playing again until Monday. Long weekend for the Bulls. Monday, they will be taking on the Houston Rockets at the United Center. Another tough game against a team that is actively fighting for playoff seeding. But let me know what you guys thought of this game. Let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.